Geez, what's the most blatantly sexist thing a man has said to you?
So back in 2015, my ex-girlfriend stabbed me in the back 3 times. Not in the metaphorical sense, in a literal sense. I came home from work early one night, usually came home at about 4:30 a.m., came home about 1:30, to find her in bed, in my bed, with another man in my house. Naturally, I was mad. I yelled. Shouldn't have done that, because she did reciprocate by stabbing me as I was walking away. The police were called, and after I was put into an ambulance and got to the hospital, I was asked why I stabbed myself. Because my ex told them that I stabbed myself. I then said I did not stab myself, my ex stabbed me, and that I wanted to press charges. I was then sent to a mental institution for 8 days for stabbing myself in the back, 3 times, where it was determined that I was not suicidal. In that 8 days, I lost my job, which caused me to get evicted. There was no investigation into her or any charges brought against her, because God forbid a male be a victim of domestic violence. But sure, I think your laundry thing was pretty intense too.
So I told Stephanie, I was like, maybe you should take care of them. And she was like, they're not in my section. And I was like, what do you mean they're not in your section? That's where your section starts.
What?
I know. And I was like, I'm not about to fight with you over some guests.
Things in my wife's purse that just make sense. Look, all this stuff. Jesus Christ. What? Alright, let's go through it. First up, earplugs. She hasn't traveled in like 10 months. Her old phone case, which is probably about 5 months old. Dog shit bags. She hasn't walked the dog in probably a year. A thermometer. Not quite sure why this is in here at all. A tire pressure gauge. Never opened. Not even sure she knows how to use it. 1 winning scratch-off ticket and 1 losing scratch-off ticket. A pair of janitor keys. 25 hair ties. 14 pens because a normal person.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you sure this is your first time?
I love hearing about guys' bad dates. They'll be like, oh, she didn't offer to split the bill.
So she and I had been talking on Tinder for a few days before we finally decided to meet up for a date. She asks me to meet her on her college campus, so that's what I did. We walked around campus talking for a while before she asked me if I wanted to go to a bar. We went there, had a few beers. It was fun. It was going so well, in fact, she invited me back to her dorm, and I was like, hell yeah. But when we got to her dorm, I noticed that there was only 1 picture of her on the nightstand, and the rest of the pictures were of a girl that looked vaguely similar to her. It started to give me some bad vibes, so I made up an excuse and I left. We did not have sex. About 3 or 4 months later, I'm at my brother's school play. He's in high school, mind you, and I see her on stage. She was 16. She'd been staying in her sister's dorm room so she could look after her sister's secret pet fish. She decided to hoe it up while she was there. She'd made a fake Tinder profile so she could lie about her age and had a fake ID to verify that lie. She had almost deceived me into committing a crime that could have put me on the list nobody wants to end up on, and it would have ruined my life forever. So glad I got out of there.
I don't understand. What does she have that I don't?
Well, she believed in me. You see, when you would get mad at me for not being able to buy you a designer bag, Rose would get mad at me for buying her any bag at all. She wanted me to invest my money in the business instead. And when you would get upset at me when I couldn't buy you expensive dinners, Rose would get upset at me if I tried to take her out at all. She would cook me homemade meals so I could focus on my work. And when you left me for not buying you a big enough diamond, Rose stood by my side, waiting patiently until my business took off, so I could finally buy her the ring she deserved.
Most people in this room and most people listening on YouTube have to come to the realization, as sad as it is, that you have pissed, you have urinated heretofore up until this morning your entire life down a fucking shithole. Very simple. That's it. If you want to create massive wealth. And why do I say that? Because after 46 years and teaching you morons for 23 years, you want to take the easy way out. Because you think life is a journey. That is horseshit. Life's a journey if you're a moron and you're retarded. But if you don't think money can buy happiness, you don't know where to fucking shop. You can get money and then go save the world. You can get money and save the forests in Brazil. You make money and go save global warming, which I don't believe in. But without money, you can't save a fucking thing. Don't you understand? Don't the fucking idiots on YouTube understand that? Until you make some shekels. Until you make some fucking coin. You can't help anybody. Because if love got the job done, you wouldn't all be fucked up.
I got a bachelor's degree, master's degree, and I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist. I can drive a bus. I got a CDL and a motorcycles license. Not only that, I got a real estate license. I can sell you beachfront property on the coast for $5 million. Got that passport to get the hell up out of this country. And I've written 2 books. Not only that, I can take pretty pictures of your girlfriend and I can teach your son how to dribble a basketball. All while doing what? Being the father of the year at my kid's elementary school. I own 3 businesses and I can make a mean YouTube video. At the end of the day, it's your time to grind. You got to make yourself unfuckwittable while you're out here logging onto your Pornhub account ready to fix your meat, or you're chasing hoes that want to sit around watching reruns of Game of Thrones on Netflix. I don't have the fucking time.
Here are 4 types of women you should avoid dating or marrying. Number 4, the mothership. If the chick has an army of guy friends or is still in contact with her exes, let me tell you, most of those guys are orbiters or plan Bs. She's engaging in emotional cheating, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, walk away. Number 3, the queen of guilt. If you analyze and see a girl in general that is guilting people in order to get what she wants, throwing tantrums when things don't go her way, the emotional toll on you will not be worth it. You want to cut her fast. 2, the boredom epidemic. If you find out the girl doesn't have much going on in her life, direction, or ambition, you, the high quality male, will get dragged down. When they have nothing else to do, they breed unnecessary drama. And number 1, cesspool of darkness. If the girl has an inner circle of family or friends that are negative, cynical, self-destructive, toxic, or whatever the case may be, it's a massive red flag for you. It'll all transfer into your life. And be sure to join our Red Pill Discord community.
So as we know, it is International Men's Day. So let's look on Instagram and let's see how the feminist pages are celebrating, commemorating, or acknowledging this day. So let's look at the biggest feminist page on Instagram. It's got 6.4 million followers. Now the first post of the day, I think, is really what just set the notion. The very first post of International Men's Day on the feminist page is, "No men for a day." The owner very quickly switched to another post about feminism, and another one. In fact, actually, it's just easier to do this. This is all the posts that were made on the page today. Can you spot the one that advocates for men? It is the far bottom right corner. But what happened on this page when men were expressing excitement about International Men's Day? I'll show you. They got puked at. Now, there were a few men that were being assholes. The majority of them were actually being respectful. The main response on this page and many other threads was, there's no need for a men's day because women are more important.
I was a very the grass is greener on the other side type of person in a lot of things, and I really struggled being in a relationship because I always got the same comments. You can do better, you deserve better, find better, you're not married, you're too young to settle down, you are meant for more, go try different flavors, you don't owe him anything. And the sad thing about that is that for months I was sleeping next to a man with a beautiful heart and soul who would give up his life for me. Because I was selfish, because I needed an ego boost. And I know that a lot of other women and men struggle with the same thing. And let me tell you, you're the lucky one to be with somebody that loves you. There is no blessing and there is no luck in sleeping around and having seconds of fun with a stranger who couldn't give a fuck about you. Let's become better instead of trying to find better.